Welcome to the Daily App Show iPad edition. We're going to take a look at Calorie Guard 2 HD, an application for keeping track of your intake and your workouts. And so what we're looking at here is our daily consumption with our meals and our sports activity. And this app's also available on the iPhone, the iPod Touch. And so it obviously is a great tool to have on your iPad as well, because the iPad is huge and easier to enter in information into. So what we're looking at here is today's date with my information. I can go and view previous dates here simply by tapping on these arrows. Of course, I could tap in the center and select a date as well. And so what I have here is my lunch. I've entered in tacos with meat. That's what I had for lunch. But what I also have is the ability to come in here and do searches for anything else. So for example, I have a whey protein shake every morning for breakfast. So I can tap on that item and it comes in here and suggests that it's probably lunch because of the time. It's 12:16 p.m. and so it's guessing that I'm entering lunch, but in fact I'm entering breakfast, so I'll just go ahead and tap there. I could change my quantity in ounces, servings, calories by hitting the sliders, and they automatically update. Now, a whey protein shake is something I have every day, so it's probably a good idea that I add that to my favorites so that I can save time on my searches. So I'll just go ahead and hit OK, and it has added that item here. It's also added that item to my favorites. So if I go next time to add an item, you can see with my favorites selected, it shows me that whey protein shake. Now today I went to the gym and I did some cycling, and so I'm going to go ahead and tap on cycling, and I did it for about 60 minutes. It's saying that that's about 851 calories. I can go ahead and adjust either one of those sliders if I feel that I need to adjust more time, or perhaps I did burn more calories than that. So I'll go ahead and hit OK, and it went ahead and put in that entry, subtracted 851 calories. It gave me a smiling face because that is obviously a good workout. So now you can see it's updated my information. I'm at negative 274 calories for the day. I've got 2074 remaining for my intake. It shows the weight right here and all that other information. So let's look at statistics. This is a really cool way to look and see how you're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly, and even a half-year basis. So we're looking at today's date so far, how I've done with my calorie intake. Let's look at yesterday, which has a little bit more data. It says basically that I should have my breakfast. These are the percentages of food intake I should have for the day. And it looks like I went over on a couple of these. I went over on my dinner and I went over on my snack, second breakfast during the middle of the morning. And so I might want to think about better options as far as food goes for those two items. I can tap on week and you can see I'm starting to build a graph here. And if I tap on month, I can also see that graph, but of course I don't have much data in there for viewing on the month view. And so as you can see, it shows me my calorie intakes, and that graph will become a very neat representation of how I'm taking in food and, of course, taking care of my body. So each day you would go in and enter in this information. Under the Settings tab, you're going to want to go ahead and make some adjustments. I've went ahead and entered in my personal details here so that the application could give me better specific calorie counting, and of course when I work out, how much calories I burn and all that good stuff. I can also tap on the Online tab and integrate with the online database. I can set for manual updates, so this updates the online database. I can also do a manual update, which goes and updates all the calories, everything within the application. And then I have the Withings body scale measurement and all that stuff. If I don't have that yet, I can hit Get Now, and it takes me out, and I can go and take a look at that scale. And then, of course, that's integrated into the application. It's a Wi-Fi scale, which is pretty awesome. So here is a picture of that right here. So you can, of course, go and get more information about that. Really neat looking scale. Let's go back into the application. So in Sync, you can actually synchronize between your iPhone and your iPad. So it's very easy to do that. I have my iPhone off camera here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit synchronize on the iPhone and then hit synchronize on the iPad, and they're going to go ahead and look for each other. I can tap on that device. I'll select that device here, and it's going to wait for them to connect, and then it's going to ask for permission to connect, and so it is doing that now. I'll hit accept, and then it's going to let me go ahead and send over my favorites. If I wanted to share my favorites, I can do that. I'll hit send favorites. It asks me if I'd like to accept over here. I'll hit yes, and then it says favorites successfully synced. So now I'll go back. We have our statistics here. Those percentages that I talked about earlier, we can change those if you wanted to. You can adjust those. I am just going to leave mine at the defaults because I think those are good representations of what I need per day. So I'll just go ahead and leave those. Of course, after you've changed them, you can always hit reset to reset those. Now, this app has the ability for metric units, which comes turned on default, but if you're here in the US and you want to use imperial units, you could just go ahead and switch off that right there. I also like this use badge for calories because then the badge that shows up on the app icon when the app is closed is your calorie count for the day, and it kind of is a nice little reminder every time you turn on your device as to how many calories you've taken in, and could definitely be a motivator as well. We can have those smileys turned on or off, those smileys that show up with the certain types of food and workouts that we do. Very cool. And then of course we can delete all settings and entries if we wanted to reset this app. So this app is a very, very great tool for keeping track of your calories, your food intake, not just for the sake of keeping track of it and making sure that you're not eating what you're not supposed to or whatnot, but for taking a good look over time as to how you're taking care of yourself with your food intake and your workouts, with those statistics being a great way for you to look at yourself from a weekly, monthly, half year, see how you're doing, see how things are increasing for you. Definitely even much better with that Wi-Fi scale, which who doesn't want a Wi-Fi scale that integrates with your iPad or your iPhone? I think that's awesome. So definitely check out this application, Calorie Guard HD. There's also Calorie Guard 2 for the iPhone. Check out a video for that app also over at dailyappshow.com. Take care.